Well, what do you know? Special guest in the house. What do you want to say, big dog?
Carly's here and he's gone. Well,
he's gone.
I think we should start today off with a debate that needs to happen right at the top of the show. Do you know what that is?
I got two possibilities.
What's one?
FIFA World Cup.
That's coming later.
Ah, shoot. It's in the notes.
Yep.
Car.
No, actually, I was going to save that one for next week.
Right, cut that. Leaving on time?
No, we had this conversation earlier this week specifically about the pod, and I said we got to bring it to the pod. It's about how we start the show. It's about...
Oh, right. The intro, the music?
Yeah.
Intro music.
Yeah.
And
we're going to end the debate right here because I don't think we need a theme song, but David insists that we need a theme song.
I didn't insist we needed a theme song. I just thought it would be a cool addition.
No, you want a theme song. Because you brought it up whenever we first started the podcast, and then this week we listened back and we're like, we don't really like how this is starting, and you're like, theme song.
It's good for branding. People start to recognize stuff. You can, when you play it at the beginning of your clips or at the end of your clips, audio is a part of a brand.
But my perspective on it is it's kind of like a theme song for like TV. Mm-hmm. Who actually has a theme song still?
I mean, Dancing with the Stars. Okay,
you're right.
Southern Charm.
Okay, yes. Because,
Vanderpump.
Okay, you're really clocking me hard here. I was thinking that Summer House doesn't have one, and they used to have one. But you know why? Uh-huh. Because it takes up...
Sorry, Southern Charm just came to me.
It's a good theme song. The Southern Charm theme song is pretty good. They don't have one because it takes up too much time.
Right. And that's where you can win me on this debate. Because as we record more episodes, I'm learning more and more that...
time is of the essence.
Uploading consistently is far more important than higher production value at this point in time. If I look at some of the podcasts that I have listened to for the last 5+ years, probably more, we're going on way over a decade of podcasting nowadays. If I go back to their first 3 to 5 years of episodes, it's very raw.
Right.
However, audio quality is always like the top priority.
Right.
And I think we've dialed that up pretty good. We've got that dialed, I should say. So anything that is going to reduce friction and allow us to upload, like I have given into the fact that we are a one-camera podcast. And I'm sorry for our YouTubers out there.
We got to crawl before we walk. I tried to tell you this.
So I'm willing to give up on the theme song now. However, I would like to revisit it at some point. Perhaps maybe episode 100 plus.
Okay.
So how about we
I was going to give it to the fans. I was going to give it to our sweethearts and see what they have to say about it.
Yeah, sweethearts, help us out here.
Which, by the way, we think that's what we're going to call our 150 people that listen to the podcast.
Yeah, it's basically, it's like 2 words, sweet tart. It's like a tart because it's sweet, but it's also like sweetheart. But like it's like a level above a sweetheart.
Totally.
So you have just been named.
But that did spark another idea in me. And I know that it's just because you and I watch a lot of reality TV. But who do you think has the best reality TV theme song?
I'm trying to think of Vanderpumps right now because I think that's what you were going to say. Yeah.
These are the best days of our lives. Just raise your glasses up. This one's for you tonight.
Me pretending I know every word.
That's your choice?
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars is just top of mind, I guess, right now. So
I was going to say that. Because how many times are we going about our day or our lives or recording this podcast and we break out into a...
We just break out into a frame in the middle of the day.
The frame!
Somebody said to the comments of that post, they were like, you forgot about the my man.
Oh, yeah.
My man, I loved it, my man. That is a good one.
Derek Huff never showed us any love on that video.
I know. Hey, there's still time. There's still time. If you haven't seen it already, go on Instagram and tag Derek Huff, please.
Yeah, really. Well, there is another argument that we have to have that I realized, well, David admitted that he's been lying to me for how many months?
I didn't lie to you because you didn't know about it.
You lied by omission. That's lying.
I suppose so. It
Hear the stuttering? He's nervous, folks.
I will admit that what I did was not up to code of our marriage and our partnership. However, we had like somewhat agreed that I was going to get World Cup tickets.
I don't know that we ever somewhat agreed to that.
Sofa as like a nervous thing right now. I just would like to let the United States of America know that the FIFA World Cup is a grand time. And having lived in a country that hosted a World Cup in 2010 in South Africa, it turns the country into a party atmosphere. And like maybe it's going to be different for the US because the US is so big and it's also split between Mexico and Canada. But the World Cup is a time. And when I realized that I was going to be living in the US when they hosted it, I always thought to myself, I am going to the World Cup no matter what. And there was this I'm like just trying to give you the full context here.
I know.
There was like this lucky like preliminary draw where you just entered into a ballot and you could get in before they actually released who plays who. Because the FIFA World Cup draw only happened yesterday or the day before, where they actually found out who's in whose group and etc. So I entered into the ballot. I missed the first round, and everybody I know that entered the first round didn't get in.
So you were the lucky one, the chosen one.
Well, in the first round, nobody got in that I knew. And then in the second round, I was the only person I knew that got in. Like people were texting me, people were asking me to like, hey, look for tickets for me because no one else got in. So they basically emailed me a window. They said on this date, between this time and this time, you can go in and purchase tickets. So here I am, like in this position of, wow, I'm actually in. And it was pretty intense. Like you had to log in, the countdown timer would go. I think I was in the waiting room for like 45 minutes before I could actually get in. And as I'm on there, I'm literally seeing games sell out. Like just at least in this phase of tickets. And so long story short is I secured tickets to 3 games. My strategy is basically just buy 3 tickets to 3 games and definitely attend one of them, hopefully attend 2. And if I got really lucky and all 3 games end up being great matches based on how they draw the teams, I'll probably go to all 3. But as it turns out, I probably will end up selling one of them, which is a bummer because now I'm part of the resale problem, and FIFA created this like mafia situation where basically they control the first sale and the second sale, it's wild, but that's another story for another day. But anyway, so
all I heard was you bought 3 World Cup game tickets and you don't even know who's playing in the games?
Correct.
And how much money was that?
We're going to do a different presentation on
why? Because you can't tell me right now?
On the financials of that decision. But it's not, I don't think it's as bad as you think it is. Because you said to me, was it more than 10,000?
If that was the case, you would have been in so much trouble.
I know. And when you said that, my instant reaction is no ways. So I want you to like take that with an indicator of it not being as bad as you think. Look at her.
I still don't understand why you had to buy 3 games.
Because I was spreading the risk of which games to get, and I also bought tickets to cities that best would fit us. Like I have family.
Seattle?
I have
we
family
live in Ohio.
I have family in Seattle. I texted my cousin. I said, look, if I were to get tickets, and this is before I purchased them, I didn't just buy tickets willy-nilly.
I mean, sounds pretty willy-nilly to me.
I texted her and I said, look, should I be able to get tickets in Seattle? Would we be able to stay at your house? And how far from the stadium are you? And she said, we're 45 minutes. So hotels are going to be one of the most inflated things during the World Cup. So I plan to not stay at hotels because the other games I got are in Miami, which we can use your parents' property in Florida and drive from there. So
Which is still 2 hours away.
I know.
Who wants to, in July, be in Miami, drive 2 hours to a World Cup game that you don't know who's playing in it, sit there, sweat half your body weight off, and then drive 2 hours home for $3,000 just to sit there?
No, that game was not $3,000.
For 3 tickets.
Yeah, 100%. I would not, no, it's not. And that was the most expensive game.
Okay, take the money aspect out of it because it's still going to be...
I would do that 3 times over to see a World Cup game, especially in Miami.
But for someone like me who's not super into soccer, like, am I going to enjoy it? Am I going to have fun?
I think at one game you would. You probably don't want to go to more than one game because you'll go through it, you'll experience it, you'll be like, that was fun, never again.
Well, I mean, if something's fun, surely I would want to do it again.
Well, I know that you don't love the crowds. You're not going to love the heat in Miami. That's going to be awful. I will not lie to you. That's going to be awful. But the thing for me is I enjoy it so much because the World Cup happens once every 4 years. And for
but then they have something else once every 2 years.
No, yeah, but the World Cup is it. And not only
you find a game in like Chicago or something?
There's no stadium, no games in Chicago. And the closest stadium to us is Toronto, which is still just under 5 hour drive. And they only sold Toronto tickets to Canadian citizens first or residents first.
And then he had the audacity to say, oh, if you don't want to go, I'll just ask somebody else.
No. I never said that.
I'm not actually going to go with you.
No, I never said if you're not going to go, I'll ask somebody else. I just said, if you in the moment decide, I don't want to go, like I'm giving you full freedom.
Oh, yeah.
You are first choice. Me and you are first choice on those tickets. And then whatever you decide, if you don't want to come closer to the time, we'll figure it out. I've got friends that would come. Your dad would maybe want to come to one in Miami. There is friends. One of the games I got, I haven't told him yet, but Scott would probably want to come to. So there's that. And I know I'm wrong. I'm admitting that I was wrong with the way I went about it. But it was the fact that I had this limited time window and...
That you had this limited time window and then didn't tell me about it for how many weeks has it been?
Well...
Be honest. Don't...
It's been about 3 weeks, I want to say. But I will say that it was something I was trying. I did want to reveal it on the pod, so here we are. But I was also waiting to find out which games we got because now the games have come out.
Which we know 2 of the games, but we don't know one of the games.
But the game that we don't know is the first round of the knockout stages, and the match is the winner of one group versus the runner-up in another group. So a good team is going to win a group and a pretty good team is going to be second. And I will just say that it has potential to be Argentina versus Uruguay.
That means nothing to me.
That is Lionel Messi's final World Cup.
Okay, so I know him.
It could be, if they lost that game, it would be Lionel Messi's last ever game at a World Cup.
Dave loves the story.
And we have tickets to that game.
He loves the story. In fact, last night, if you don't know, we're Ohio State fans. We live in Ohio. We were watching the Big Ten Championship. We all know how that game turned out. Ohio State loses by 3 after a chuffed field goal. Unfortunately, poor kid.
Poor
we feel
fielding.
so bad for him.
I feel so bad.
But then they're like, oh, Indiana hasn't won a game since 1802 or a Big Ten championship since the 1700s.
And I was like, oh, babe, that's a story.
No, he goes, I love it. And I'm like, what did you just say to me? You love the fact that Ohio State just lost the Big Ten championship?
I immediately apologized because if you said that at Fulham, I would have lost it.
He was so serious. He was I
felt
love
bad.
It.
I felt really bad in that moment because what I was implying was that I wish it wasn't Ohio State, but I like that there's a mix-up, that there was something happening, something different. And it didn't mean Ohio State were out. Like if Ohio State got knocked out last night, like they weren't ever playing again, I would have probably kept my mouth shut for the entire night. But yeah, it was just interesting to see something different. And it's tough to not root for the
Dave
underdog.
is like borderline celebrating Indiana's because during the
I was gutted. They played well though, and I think they deserved to win the game.
They did deserve to win. You know, it is what it is. But like the award ceremony was going on. I was like, can you turn it off? It's triggering me. And he's turning it up. He's like, oh, I want to see what they have to say, babe. And I'm like, it's triggering me. Turn it off. It's also midnight. I'm tired.
Yeah. Look, let me apologize for the World Cup situation. I do apologize. I am sorry. I shouldn't have kept that from you. The World Cup, I'm not going to defend it again. It was wrong. So I'll leave it at that.
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Thanks, honey.
But I just wish I would have been a little bit more involved in that conversation.
Yeah, I know. I understand that and I agree.
Especially because I've only been asking you to do one thing for the past 4 weeks.
Which is what?
Putting a Christmas light up outside.
Well, that's been a weather situation. I missed the window.
Well, I told you on Thanksgiving to put them out. We're the only house on the street that has absolutely no Christmas cheer.
We're not. You look at the rest of the street and...
Yeah, and I look at their houses and I'm like, that's depressing. And then I realize it's our house. We're the depressing house on the block. We've got the Christmas tree
up on the one window.
One window.
Looks beautiful.
We're brand new to the neighborhood and we have absolutely no Christmas cheer.
We have the one Christmas tree and our front porch lights are pretty bright.
You wouldn't even let me get automated candles for the windows at least.
That would have been a terrible idea. These little candles that had batteries in them, put them in every single window and then every morning you got to go round to all the windows turning them off.
I would have done it. That's what makes me happy. The inside of our house looks like a Christmas wonderland. The outside looks like we're the Grinch.
Well, we'll change it. We'll change it as soon as it goes above 20. Because right now it's 20 degrees, 20 freedom degrees. What's so funny?
It's not funny. Okay, because we had to get into the Seriously Award because if we don't leave soon, we're going to be late for church. But I just had this thought, and I don't know if I should say it, but it is what the Seriously Award of the week is.
What?
Well, it is the fact that David has never seen Annie, and we went to see Annie for the first time this weekend.
Super interesting.
But do you remember what you thought Annie was going to be about? What you said to me? Oh,
well, so I mean, first of all, the opening act, it's a hard not life for us, and I was like, oh, that's where that's from.
Yeah, duh.
I did not know that. First of all, I've never seen the movie, never seen the theater about it. And it was like a local theater thing. And as the story starts unfolding, I'm like, this has got a little bit of like a human trafficking vibe to it.
He leans over to me. We're in the middle of watching community theater, okay, Annie. And he goes, is this about human trafficking? What?
Some super rich man was coming and he was like, yeah, I'll take that one.
Do you think that they would do you think something about that would be a huge Broadway play?
Probably not, unless it was like bringing awareness to the situation. But I realize now that it was a heartfelt story.
It was. What did you think of Annie?
Yeah, it was cool. And there were a lot of songs that I recognized.
Like what?
Tomorrow.
You never knew that song was in Annie?
No. I just thought it was the song.
What other song?
I keep getting the melody wrong for it, but Easy Street. Give me the melody again.
Easy Street.
Easy Street.
Okay, this is a question that Dave yelled at me in the middle of watching Annie because I started singing one of the songs.
Morgan was like singing pretty loud.
I was not.
I wouldn't say loud, but the people in the row in front of us definitely would have been able to hear.
No, that is not true.
I do. I think so.
I leaned over to you, put my head on your shoulder, and started singing it because I used to sing NYC, the Hudson at Sundown, in my middle school choir class.
Okay,
and he's like, "You're being rude. I just think
it's rude to the people that have been rehearsing and practicing."
I only sang one line.
You are singing the whole song. It's like I don't know. I assume this. Theater people, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's their moment. It's their time.
I was not trying to make the moment about me. Trust me. I was not trying to make the moment about me.
Like if you were in a movie theater and someone was singing the song or saying the lines of the movie, I'd probably throw popcorn at them.
No, surely not.
But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know why. I'd known about Annie, but never known the story.
Yeah.
So now I do.
It's wild because
it's not about human trafficking.
Did you know that it's a Christmas movie? I forgot that it was like technically a Christmas movie.
Right. I mean, I get it there that she ended up being in the home for Christmas.
So we'll have to watch it like this holiday season. But I also don't know if you had this thought while watching Annie, and it's just like a sign of the times. But you could tell that it was old, like an older play by some of the lines that were in it, because I was like, oh, that's like a line. Like whenever it's hard for me to think off the top of my head, but I wanted a little girl. Like whenever they were picking out the orphan, where they were like, oh,
that was what I was kind of tripping about.
Yeah.
And they didn't, I mean, I suppose they don't edit the original script.
Yeah.
But it was like, I've always wanted a little girl, or like, I don't know.
It was weird. It gave me like, in the 2025 lens, some of the
weird
lines.
energy. One of my favorite lines was, which girl said she was named after a hotel?
I missed that line because you said this on the way home, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
So someone introduced themselves, and they were like, "Yeah, I was named after a hotel." And then Miss Hurrdat
Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan says, "Get the St. Regis out of here," and I cracked up. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh gosh.
Well. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Welcome
I don't know if I should leave that conversation in the pod or not.
Welcome to the confession about the World Cup. Thank you for being here.
Wait, I want to know if at any point at Annie did you cry? I teared up a couple times.
I got a little emotional when she talked about her parents. No, when they told her that her parents were no longer alive. That was pretty devastating because she'd been holding on to that for like 9 years. And then she finds out that they're not alive. That's pretty devastating. I'd imagine in the movie that's going to be heartbreaking.
We're going to have to put it on the queue. Put it on the queue.
Harley, come here. Say goodbye, big dog.
Come on. Here he comes. Oh, good boy. Turn around and say, see you later.
If you're not subscribed on YouTube, hit us up. You'll be able to see Harley
Are you putting videos on
Daniels.
YouTube now?
Yep. Sure am, honey.
That's a lie too, isn't it?
Sure am, honey. There you go, big dog.
Love you guys. See you later.
Cheeky 5-star review if you haven't already. Love you, sweethearts.